This summary is about the book, The 48 Laws of Power. In this book, you will learn about how powerful people control others, how they maintain their dominance, and exactly which techniques and strategies they use to stay ahead in life. Now, let's explore these ideas in detail. This book is actually banned in several countries such as Iran and Turkey because the concepts discussed within it are considered incredibly potent and manipulative. Let us dive into these 48 laws. Law number 1, never outshine the master. The first law tells us that you should never display your full talent or smartness to someone who is at a level above you. Do not try to impress them by showing off how intelligent you are. This person could be your teacher, your boss, or anyone who holds a higher position than you. You must keep your true talent hidden. If you show them your full potential or your smartness, that person will begin to feel insecure and unsafe. Consequently, thoughts of going against you will start to form in their mind. The author shares a short story to illustrate this. Once, a king had a minister who, in an attempt to please the king, threw a massive party. He spent the entire kingdom's treasury on this celebration to show how capable he was. However, instead of being happy, the king became so angry and insecure about the minister's display of wealth and power that he imprisoned him for life. The straightforward meaning of the first law is that you should always try to make the person above you look better than they actually are. Let me give you a modern-day example. Suppose you show off your smartness in front of your senior at work. You already know how they will feel. All your seniors might turn against you, and ultimately, you will be the one who suffers the loss. Law number 2, never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. The author begins by warning us against blindly trusting our friends. Friends can betray you, or when you truly need support, they might step back. The author believes that depending too much on friends can make you weak, and you might become a victim of manipulation or exploitation. Instead, he suggests showing wisdom in all relationships beyond just friendship. Interestingly, enemies can sometimes be more useful than friends. Enemies are often more predictable. We can anticipate their moves beforehand. It is easier to manipulate them because their desires are often inspired by open enmity. By understanding the weaknesses of your enemies, you can use those weaknesses to your advantage. The author explains that there have been many kings in history who extended a hand to help a friendly kingdom, only to have that same kingdom stab them in the back. So remember, never trust a friend more than necessary. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. This law is about keeping your actions and plans hidden. If we reveal our intentions or our plans to anyone, they can use that information against us. Therefore, the author says you should always mislead people or tell them false things so that no one can figure out your true purpose. By the time the person in front of you realizes your true intentions, it will be too late for them to use it against you. I will tell you a very good example of this, which is often used by school and college toppers today. You might have heard many toppers say, "Oh man, I didn't get any time to study," or "I haven't studied at all today." Hearing this distracts the average student. They think, if the topper hasn't studied, why should I? But in reality, the topper does not reveal their true intentions. They have actually studied hard. So always keep your intentions and goals hidden. Do not share them with anyone. Law number 4, always say less than necessary. In simple words, this law advises people to avoid talking too much. The idea behind this law is that by speaking less, a person appears more mysterious mysterious, thoughtful, and powerful. When someone talks too much, they often end up sharing secret information or revealing their own weaknesses. Powerful people always speak less. When you speak less, people listen to your words with more attention and focus. Furthermore, if you stay quiet, the other person will try to fill the silence by talking more. In doing so, they will reveal all their weaknesses to you, which you can then use against them. People who talk too much are often not given attention, or rather, people do not listen to them carefully or take them seriously. Let me give you an example. A politician once claimed that he could make gold out of potatoes. Such nonsensical things often slip out simply because of the habit of talking too much. You know how seriously people take that politician today. I do not hate any politician. I'm just explaining that you should speak less so that people take you seriously. By speaking less, you will avoid saying useless things. Law number 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Your respect or reputation among people matters a lot. If you have respect, people will listen to you. If you have no reputation, people will not follow what you say. So your name, your reputation is the foundation upon which everything rests. You first need to build your reputation in any area. Take the example of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He has built such a reputation that if he comes on TV today and asks the nation to bang plates, every citizen will do it. Why? Because he has that reputation and he has built it over time. Take Elon Musk as another example. If Elon Musk tweets just 2 emojis, one of Bitcoin and one of a downward arrow, the price of Bitcoin crashes overnight. Why does this happen? Because millions of people listen to him, watch him, and follow him. They do this because he has built a reputation where even his smallest action has a huge effect. You also need to build your reputation among people.
You do not need to be a businessman or a prime minister to do this. You can use this in your company or your school. If you are good in a specific field at your company, people will listen to you. If you are a topper in a subject at school, average students will accept what you say. Law number 6. Court attention at all cost. Believe it or not, in today's world, everything is sold based on its appearance or showmanship. That is why you have to stand out from the crowd. It is like this. If on one side there are 10 different Android phones, and on the other side there is an iPhone, 90% of people are attracted to the iPhone. You also have to create a distinct identity for yourself so that you can move from the crowd of Androids to become the iPhone. How you become unique depends on you. Either your way of speaking should be mysterious enough to attract everyone, or your dressing sense should be so good that everyone's attention goes to you. Law number 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. The author says that if you want to become powerful, you should get others to do the work you do not know how to do, but you must take the credit for it yourself. Big companies are actually run by normal employees. They are the ones doing the work. However, who gets the credit? The owner of the company. There are so many government employees working in the country, but the credit goes to the person sitting at the top. If you want to be powerful, this is something you will have to do. Law number 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. If you want to bring your enemies to your side or defeat them, you have to lay out bait. Just as bait is used to call animals closer, money or incentives are used to bring people to your side. The best way to defeat your enemies is to turn them to your side, and if needed, use bait to achieve this. Law number 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. If you want to win someone's trust or get them on your side, do not argue, just work. If you want to win someone over, you have to do their work. By doing this, that person will automatically start trusting you more. Arguments create resistance. Actions create agreement. Law number 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. The author suggests that by staying close to unhappy people, you absorb their misery, which in turn makes you unhappy. Therefore, you should never stay close to unhappy or unlucky people. The more you stay away from these people, the more happiness and success you will find. Law number 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Make people so dependent on you that they can never leave you or betray you. Every person only values what is necessary for them. If you are essential to them, they will never leave you. If you give people too much freedom, they will no longer depend on you, and they might even betray you. Make yourself or your skills such that people always need you. Law number 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Honesty has such power that if you are honest with someone for a short time, they will start believing in you and your words completely. Once they trust you, you can manipulate the situation. There is nothing greater than honesty for building initial trust. If you want to win someone's confidence, or you want a person to do as you say, you first have to be honest. When that person fully believes in you, they will do exactly as you ask because they will be convinced that you cannot think ill of them. You can then use this trust for your advantage. Law number 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy. In today's world, if someone is helping you, there is definitely some self-interest involved for that person. So if you ever need help, ensure that the person helping you gains something from it. If there is a benefit for the helper, you will get help easily. If helping you serves someone's interest, they will definitely help, even if that person is your enemy. Law number 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. If you want to become powerful, you need to know everything about people. You must know their weaknesses and their strengths. You can only win against them after finding out these strengths and weaknesses. Behave like a friend, but act like a spy to gather all the information from behind the scenes. Law number 15. Crush your enemy totally. This is very important. Destroying your enemy completely is the only correct method. If you leave them even slightly active, they will definitely take revenge and attack you from behind. So suppress your enemy so much that they can never rise again, leaving no chance for revenge. History is full of examples where a king spared another king, only to be killed by that same king later through treachery. Therefore, never spare your enemy. Finish them completely. Law number 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. The more present you are, the more common you appear. To increase your value, create an atmosphere of scarcity around yourself. If you are currently in a group, step back occasionally so that others talk about you and praise you more. Doing this creates importance for you among people. To do this effectively, you have to learn when is the right time to step back. Once you return from your absence, it will feel like you have come back to life, and people will feel relieved to see you again. Law number 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Make yourself such that no one can predict your next move or make a prophecy about you. People often read someone's nature and then predict their future actions. If you make your nature unpredictable, no one will be able to understand your strategy. If you do the same thing repeatedly, it gives others the power to predict your moves. So always keep your nature unpredictable. Law number 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous.
If you separate yourself from all people, or if you build a fortress where no one can come in and no one can go out, it is like hitting your own foot with an axe. Because you are completely isolated, the enemy can easily identify you, and you become an easy target. Therefore, always stay with your friends and companions so that you do not become an easy target for your enemy. Law number 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Choose people wisely. Never choose to mess with people who, if defeated once, will spend their entire lives desperate to take revenge on you. Always remember never to work with or offend such a person. Understanding people is crucial. Law number 20. Do not commit to anyone. Always remember, you must only be committed to yourself and your goals. If you commit to someone else, your freedom is lost and you will work under their control. So, always stay committed to yourself, not to others. Law number 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. If you want to be smart, make your enemy feel smart while you act like a fool. By doing this, your enemy will think, I am smarter, and then you can trap them in your own strategy. When you show yourself as foolish to them, you can win their trust and also learn about their next move. Law number 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. If you are weaker than your enemy, you can surrender directly without fighting. This buys you time to plan a bigger revenge. As soon as you see the enemy's power decreasing, you can strike. Some might think, why surrender beforehand? The reason is that when you surrender, your enemy thinks you have accepted defeat. However, in that time, you can create a solid plan and attack your enemy from behind when they least expect it. Law number 23. Concentrate your forces. Instead of looking for different types of strength, focus on one strength. It is more important to have one power that is very strong and dangerous than to have many small powers. Focus on one thing rather than scattering your energy. To give you an example, Bruce Lee said, "I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times." The meaning here is that it is not necessary to have 10 types of power. What is necessary is that even if you have one power, you improve it so much that no one can defeat you. Law number 24. Play the perfect courtier. Courtiers can gain power in different ways, by flattering their superiors, bowing down to them, and asserting their power solely through charm and grace. They slowly gain increasing power. By playing the role of a good courtier, you can gather all the necessary information while remaining in favor. Law number 25. Recreate yourself. If you have not chosen your favorite work in life due to fear of society, now is the time. Recreate yourself and choose your work, no matter what society says. You do not need to listen to anyone. You should only do what you like, not what others like. Remember, this is your life, not someone else's. They cannot tell you what to do. Law number 26. Keep your hands clean. No matter how much corruption or how many wrong deeds you have done, you must always appear as if your hands are completely clean, as if you have done nothing. In today's times, appearance is power. Let other people take the blame for the dirty work. Law number 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. If you want a following like a cult, play with people's need to believe. People want to believe in things like religion. You can make yourself like a religion and people will start worshiping you. To do this, keep your words unclear and simple but full of promises. Emphasize enthusiasm rather than intellect and logic. Structure your group like an organized religion and hide your sources of income. Law number 28. Enter action with boldness. We should always do our work without fear. Timid people are considered weak. Therefore, if you have to do any work, do it wholeheartedly and without any fear or hesitation. By working without fear, you will always get better at your job. Any mistake made can easily be corrected by working with even more power. Very few people can work without fear. It is like a habit that can be built. Similarly, cowardice is also a trait. If you find yourself working in a cowardly way, you should root it out and instead work with boldness. Law number 29. Plan all the way to the end. Whenever you sit down to plan, always remember that planning should be from the beginning to the very end. It should not be that you have planned halfway and will see what happens later. Along with this, you must make a plan B. There is a lot of difference between the plan we make and its practical execution, and sometimes our plan can go wrong. For this, there must always be a plan B. If you plan from start to end, you will have information about all the problems that might come your way. Law number 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. According to this law, we should show our achievements to people as if we put no effort into them, as if it is just our natural talent. Never tell people about your struggles, hard work, or troubles. Robert Greene says that people are more impressed by those who achieve success without trying. Therefore, Law 30 advises people not to tell anyone about the challenges or obstacles faced in achieving their goals. Only the result, that I achieved this so easily. Law number 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. We can manipulate situations by controlling the options for others. When you give your enemy two options, he will feel that he is controlling you and that he has a choice. But in reality, you are making him dance like a puppet between your options. He will think he has options, but in reality, both options benefit you. When you give your enemy two choices, he feels he has freedom and won't even think about a third, better option. For example, you are trying to convince your friend to watch a movie with you.
Give them an option to choose from only two movies, one that you want to watch, let's say an action film, and another option that is a comedy drama, which you do not want to watch. So you say something like, "Hey, do you want to watch the action movie or the comedy drama?" But the action film has both comedy and drama in it, plus action. By saying this, you get them to agree to watch what you wanted. Even though your friend technically had two options, you controlled the choices in such a way that the probability of them choosing your favorite movie increased. In this way, you get to watch the movie you want, while it seems like your friend also had a say in the decision. Law number 32. Play to people's fantasies. This law states that you can attract people to your side by playing with their dreams and desires. You have often seen that people connect more with those who match their thoughts, dreams, or desires. If you understand their dreams and desires and start fulfilling them, they will automatically join you. This is how you play with their fantasies. Imagine a luxury car advertisement featuring an attractive, stylish vehicle passing through beautiful locations, followed by attractive people. The advertisement highlights the car's cutting-edge technology, better performance, and great features, while also creating a sense of aspiration and desire among the audience. The brand connects its cars with symbols of success and achievement, showing its vehicles as status symbols that fulfill people's fantasies of wealth and reputation. Luxury car brands are able to attract such consumers through their marketing efforts. These companies cash in on people's fantasies of wealth, status, and luxury, inspiring them to buy their products as a means to realize their aspirations. This example shows that understanding the power of imagination and leveraging it can be a highly effective strategy to influence consumer behavior and increase sales. Law number 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. This law emphasizes understanding human inspirations, desires, and weaknesses to exert influence and control. In simple terms, this law advises people to know what inspires and influences others so that they can be effectively manipulated or persuaded. Just as a thumbscrew is used to pressure a person or force them to work in a certain way, understanding what inspires and influences a person can be used to affect their behavior. For example, suppose you have a friend who is always curious to please others and seeks recognition from their peers. This friend craves praise and admiration because it boosts their self-respect and makes them feel valuable. Knowing this, you want to convince your friend to help you with a project. Instead of asking them directly, you start by praising their intelligence and creativity, emphasizing how valuable their contribution would be to the project. By appealing to their desire for recognition, you can persuade them to help you. Law number 35. Master the art of timing. This law is about understanding the timing of work and decisions and taking advantage of it. Humans must be strategic and patient with their time. Never appear in a hurry. Always have patience. Learn to wait for your time and strike only when the time is right. Time is a perception. By controlling your emotions, you can make time move slowly and lengthen your perception of the future. This can make you more patient. Law number 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Suppose you are facing many problems in life. Instead of paying attention to those problems, you can shift your focus away from them. This technique is also used to weaken your enemy. The more attention you pay to your enemy, the more seriously your enemy will take it and increase their power. Therefore, never pay too much attention to your enemy. Always keep ignoring them. Law number 37. Create compelling spectacles. If you want to be powerful, you have to make the environment around you look good. People will only be attracted to you when you appear extraordinary to them, because every person is normal. You have to exaggerate everything, from your dressing sense to the space around you. The public always wants something different. They do not like the same old thing. For example, Apple is known for its much-awaited product launches, which are carefully choreographed to create a spectacle and generate buzz. These events include dramatic presentations, attractive product demonstrations, and surprise announcements, all designed to entice the audience and generate excitement. By creating an attractive view around its product launches, Apple generates extensive media coverage, social media buzz, and consumer interest. People eagerly wait for these events to see what new innovations Apple will present, and their products become the talk of the town. In this example, Apple uses Law 37 by leveraging the power of spectacle to influence assumptions, generate excitement, and increase the success of its product launches. Law number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. If you keep looking down on people or showing off your unconventional ideas, it will be bad for them, and they will start thinking that you are just showing off. Therefore, try to blend in with common people and hide your true feelings so that your connection with them remains intact. By doing this, you remain alone to show your true beliefs in a targeted way.
Once a base of power is established, you can slowly start spreading your beliefs, and there is a higher possibility of them being adopted. Law number 39. Stir waters to catch fish. There is never any need to get angry. Always try to remain calm and relaxed, because your anger is what mostly spoils your work. Try to find out your enemy's weaknesses, and when you find them, you can play with them. Make your enemy angry while you stay calm. Law number 40. Despise the free lunch. Never trust anything that you get for free. Nothing in this world is free. If someone is giving you something for free, it definitely has some psychological value attached to it. That implies the item is being given either to trouble you or to suppress you. Therefore, do not trust any free thing. Law number 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. The meaning here is that no matter how rich a man is, do not try to become like someone else. You are different. You have power. You can make your own name. Never try to be the shadow of great people. You should always make your name on your own merit. Law number 42. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will scatter. Many times, the cause of many problems is just one thing or one person. If you eliminate that main reason, the rest of the problems will end automatically. For example, often to conquer a kingdom, instead of fighting its army, you kill its king first. The army will not fight, and you have ended all troubles in a single moment. Law number 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. If you try to make people loyal by force, they will definitely betray you. Therefore, instead of force, you can trap them using greed or seduction. When you offer them something they desire, they will fall into your trap themselves. And because they see their own benefit, they will not betray you. Law number 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Change is very important to move forward in life, but always try for change slowly. Changing everything at once can cause problems, because humans always learn through slow practice. If you suddenly make a singer play cricket, he will not be able to play. Slowly, he will practice and change his profession. Radical reform brings resistance. Law number 46. Never appear too perfect. If you try to show yourself as too perfect, people will start getting jealous of you, and because of this,
no one will come near you. However, if you share your weaknesses instead of perfection, people will be able to connect with you more. Therefore, do not become more perfect than necessary. Law number 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. If you have achieved your goal, this is the right opportunity for you to stop. If you keep going out of arrogance, you might create new enemies, and then you will easily be defeated by them. Know when to stop. Law number 48. Assume formlessness. Nothing in life is ever the same. Everything changes. Because of this, always learn to adjust. You have to mold yourself into different situations. Everything does not go according to your plan.